Okay, so part 2 of the how-to. Here's the squeegee that we used to do that part of the confetti, and I usually just run it under the sink, again, under some water, but you can see how easily the chalk paste is removed. So anyway, I can take care of that later, but make sure you clean that off. And then I have already washed this under the sink, and you can see it's still sticky, which is nice. And here's the backing that it came on. And when I removed it, I just wrote confetti on the back. That way I know that's not the side I'm gonna put it back on. This is, because there's writing on this side, and as well as a little description. So, because when you have lots of little white backings on your table, you're like, oh, what goes to what? So anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and put this back on. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just kind of line it up the best I can, just like that, and lay it back on there so that it keeps residue and yucky stuff from getting on the sticky part of the transfer. But there it is, and I can easily reuse it another time. Okay, so we made sure that our Perfectly Purple was all dry, and now we're going to take this transfer. I love layering stuff, and we're gonna remove it from the backing again. Once you've removed it the first time, if you just fold a little corner, it makes it a lot easier to get apart. It's one of those things you kind of have to slide your nails in between, or slide something in between to get off. Okay, so then I'm just gonna place this, and again, perfection is not required. And I'll just throw it right there. Oops, see how I'm off the side there? So that means that letter would be missing from our little board. So I'm just gonna reconfigure it there quickly. Push it down. I'm not gonna push it down really hard, just enough to stick. By the way, take your paste when you're done with it as quickly as you can. Cover it and seal it with the lid, which I don't know where that is, so I'll do that in just a second. But you wanna definitely keep your paste from drying out. So don't let it sit out even while you're working on other projects. Just throw the lid on it to keep it nice and moist. Okay, so the transfer's on there. I've got my squeegee. I can use my big one or my little one. And we're gonna take this teal. By the way, I wanna say these are our new sizes. This is a 3-ounce jar, and it is $12.99. And then in white, black, and gray, I believe, you can get these super big jars, and they are 8 ounces for $24.99. So for much less, you get a ton on those kind of basic colors that you use a lot. But either way is fine. So anyway, I'm just gonna take my squeegee, which is washed and cleaned, and get a little bit. They've made this new stuff with such a nice consistency. And I'm just gonna slather it on there before I spread it out. And remember, you don't have to go over the whole area. Just kind of wanna go over where the openings on the transfer are. And you can go back and hit areas that you missed. There's not an exact science or order that you have to do it in. But do make sure that all of these little openings are definitely covered with ink. Or I should say paste, because this is not permanent, this is the paste. Okay, I think we've about got it all. And again, I'm gonna, since my transfer is laying nice and flat, it's not leaving any bubbles, I'm gonna go ahead and scrape off that excess, because I'm super cheap, and I'm just gonna wipe it back into the jar. Look, I can do a whole other project with what I wiped off of there. And then again, we're going to just peel it off, because we want to work quickly and get it off as quickly as we can. And we peel it off, lay our transfer face down so that it doesn't get stuck to anything. And there it is. You can see I didn't quite cover those letters up there. So there is a little bit of a learning curve to it, but it's really fun and really easy. And it says, throw kindness around like confetti. And this is really cool. This is one of our surfaces that if you were doing for a holiday or something, for instance, if you did like a little Halloween something on here, you could actually just turn it around and do your Thanksgiving on there. Again, just to show you how quickly and easily the paste removes, you could just, this is a Lysol wipe, which you can also use to clean your things. But it comes right off, even if it were on a wall or the glass on your stove or your washing machine. Anyway, so this is one of our cute new little surfaces. A really nice slick material. Look how cute those two dots are that are overlapping each other. I love to use multiple colors. And then this is actually meant to sit this way, so it might cut off a little bit of the bottom, but you're gonna just slide it in just like that. And there you've got your finished project.